Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go over Safari. Safari is a web browser. It's pretty much like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox. They're all pretty much the same. And Safari is Apple's main browser for the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start over in the top left. The first button up there on the top left is the back button. And that's what it does. It takes you back, goes to the previous page, and the next one is forward, to go forward. And this third one is the bookmark bar. And if you look at the bookmark, what that does is that opens up this little window right here. And what that does is allows you to save where you would have bookmarks. And it's kind of a handy place to organize frequent places that you locate that you want to go to. And you can see here, here's your history. So you can see previous things that you've gone to, and here's your favorites. And you can have different places. You can also edit those. You can put them in different order, or you can move them around. You can create new folders and stuff like that. It's actually very handy. And then here's the reading list. A reading list is basically something that you found to be interesting and you would like to read it. And what you did is you just went ahead and put it in the reading list, and so you went ahead and did that. I'll show you how to put something in the reading list right now. So what you do is you press the share button up there, and then you press add to, and then you get the little glasses, and then it automatically goes over to it, and then you'll notice it'll go ahead and add right there to the reading list here in a second. Okay, and as you can see, it just added it to the reading list there. It's kind of a nice way of remembering to get back to read stuff. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go ahead and skip over this. This is the people that I subscribe to, and this is basically a bunch of tweets of people that I follow and or RSS feeds that I subscribe to. And you can just go ahead and add more to it by pressing that subscription button right there. All right, now moving along, I'm going to turn that back off. Moving along, you see those little lines right there? And what it does is it kind of strips out all of the ads and just gives you the nice text. And it's a nice, clean, easy way of reading it. Sometimes some pages have too much information on them and you can't really read anything on them. And so this is a good way to strip that out of there. And now in this bar here, what we have to do is I'm going to go ahead and you can just type in a website. You can just type in Honda. All right. And then there you go. Or you can actually just type in the word Honda, and it will automatically do a Google search for it. And if you want, I'll show you in a little bit, but you can actually change your default search engine. Okay, and then you can see that it just goes ahead and gives you a little search. It's kind of handy. And if you want, while you're inside this address bar, you can actually search through your actual favorites. And if you go a little bit farther down, you can go through and see through your frequently visited sites. Okay, and again, it's pulling all this information from over here inside your bookmarks, and they're all right here. Okay, turn it back off. All right, now coming back over here, this next button right here is a share sheet app, and what this does is allows you to share the information that is what page you're on, and it shares it with either messaging, mail, and so on and so forth. And then you could just scroll through here, and if you want, you can go ahead and turn things on and turn things off, and you can reposition things. It's kind of a handy way of sharing stuff, getting stuff from your device to someone else's device. And then down here, this is a similar way of doing it. You can go ahead and copy it. You could post it, open up in 1Password, and so on and so forth. You could do a bunch of different things. And then right here, you can add to the readers list, and then you can change things around and add more. Turn things off, turn things on, and then if you would like, you can cancel. All right. Now this next one is basically opening up another browser tab. Instead of another window, it's just a tab. And if you notice across the top here, you have multiple tabs that you can move around. And so you could say, hey, I want to reposition my tabs for whatever reason you may want to, and you can do that. Now this next one, what it does is it opens up and shows you all of the tabs that you have opened, to include the tabs that you have opened on your other devices, such as your iPad or your iMac or your MacBook Pro or whatever. And then if you want, you can just go ahead and press done. Or if you want, you can go ahead and press the plus button, which will open up another browser. All right. And if you want, If you want to do some private browsing so that no one can trace your cookies and all that good stuff, you just press the private button right here, and then you go ahead and press a plus, and then you go ahead and type in what you're interested in, wherever you want to go, and then you go ahead and go from there. All right. If you notice, private browsing is highlighted and the browser header is grayed out. Now watch this. We're going to turn it back off, and now you notice it's not grayed out, and now it's all white around it. That's kind of the only identifier that you have whether or not you're in private browsing or not. Okay, now we talked about tabs earlier too. We talked about moving them. If you want, you can go ahead and press that little X right there, and that will close the tab. And it's just that simple. Just go ahead and press that X right there, and it goes away, and then it opens up the previous browser. Okay, now what I've done is I've gone into settings, and now what I've done is I've gone to Safari, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go over the settings that you can have. So search engine, I have mine as Google, but you can choose others, and like such as Yahoo and Bing. DuckDuckGo is known for not saving all of your data, not reporting everything and recording everything like that. Something you might think about if you're trying to be like if you like to browse in a private mode, that might be something you use. And then of course search engine suggestions, whether you have it on or not. Spotlight suggestions, whether or not you have it on or off. And then quick website searches, you can go ahead and turn it on, and then you can go ahead and have different shortcuts and stuff like that. You can edit those to take those out of there, or to have more, whatever you would like. Okay, and then you could preload your top hits. You have to turn that on and off. Then you can read there about your privacy. And then what this next one does is it enters in your passwords and autofills information for you. And what this does is this allows me to go ahead and enter in stuff automatically or not. I like to have this stuff turned off. I don't like to have it remember it. I like to use a program called 1Password for everything like that. When I refer to that as secure browsing. But you can, if you'd like to, you can have everything inside here, and all you got to do is turn everything on, and everything would work just fine. I just don't like to do this. Now the next thing you can do is show where your favorites are. You can kind of click a different tab to have your different favorites, whatever you'd like. Now this right here is how does Safari react when you click on a link, and it's basically, it opens it in the background or it opens up a new tab. I like it to open up a new tab. And then what do you want it to do? You want to show the tab bar, yes or no? Do you want to have do you want to block pop-ups, yes or no? And then privacy and security, do you want it to trace you or not, yes or no? And block cookies, yes or no? And this goes into a little bit more depth here. And then fraudulent website warnings, yes or no? Would you like to have that turned on? And if you'd like, down here you can go ahead and say clear history and website data. You just go ahead and click on it, and it goes ahead and clears it. All right. And your reading list, whether or not it's available to you on cellular data or not. And then you have some advanced tabs. Okay. Here's some website data. This is basically just shows you some of the places that I've been and how much data is being saved for these particular sites. Okay. And lets you know that whether or not you want to use JavaScript, and if you want to have your web inspector turned on or not. Well, that's pretty much wraps up Safari. I hope you got something out of that, and have a nice day.